we have the long and rangy Pinto with the short and squat Aras, and expect both of them to fight in the way that their bodies have presented themselves.
And, you know,
when this LFL fight, title fight in the heavyweight division is scheduled, 5 rounds of 5 minutes. The referee is Mr. Daniel Sharifi.
The easy way to say it is to say Mario Pinto has a large reach advantage, but it's not a disadvantage to Karim.
Fight hard, fight clear. Listen to my comments all the time. No questions. Touch gloves if you want. Step back.
It's not a disadvantage to Karim because it's how he lives every fight. He's always fighting somebody whose attributes are longer than his, so he's developed a style. In fact, he's harder to fight because you rarely fight a guy like him.
And here we go, the final fight of the evening, a championship bout for the heavyweight belt of LFL. 5 rounds of 5 minutes, 2 excellent fighters.
Stephanie, you like the way Kasim's come out?
I thought he would rush him right away, but he's taking his time, but this is what I expected. There's the overhands, there's the power. But
yeah, he wants to use his hands first and get Pinto to have to react to his hands. It'll let him get underneath to the hips a little easier.
Pinto moved out of the way with great ease, though.
Yeah, it's flowing nice.
Got really, really good footwork.
Just chop that calf as well. When a man who's 111 kilograms kicks you like that, you feel it.
Aras is showing him the block.
One of the great small man weapons is the overhand right up over the shoulder, but Pinto caught it with the shoulder, the deltoid. Yeah, see, he's catching those, seeing them and catching them.
Pinto doesn't even blink, though, when he blocks those.
Yeah.
It's beautiful to see.
Floats away to increase the gap. As you advance a foot, he recedes a foot, and then he takes it off the arm.
I always love how he's moving his hands. He's like calculating. I can throw this 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, 4. And in the first round, he's really taking his time, and then the longer the fight goes, the more he starts throwing his combinations.
He's going, you know, that right hand, if it comes one more time, Pinto's going to impale him on something as he comes in on it. You can't just throw that same tool at Mario Pinto a third and a fourth time or he'll catch you.
And you'd expect as well, Pinto, obviously a teammate of Kamali, who fought earlier, who is not exactly the same, but a similar, more squat build.
There's a single leg. Interesting, beautiful takedown.
Lovely work from Aras.
Pinto right back up. The only thing, second to not getting taken down is getting right back up. Second best.
He did it perfect.
Now he can open up a bit more.
And that exposure doesn't even look like Pinto has broken a sweat, even after springing up so athletically and powerfully then.
He now knows if he gets taken down, he can get right back up, initiate a stand-up sequence, and get back to work. Now he's just touching with the jab. He's also telling lies with that jab. That's not his full-speed jab he touched him with there twice. It's a deceptive jab to make him underestimate him.
There's a good overhand. There he goes. He's got his hands locked. He's going to take him down. Oh, man.
Beautiful work.
Right back to 4 points and right back. Watch for knees. Pinto right back up again, and Aras stays on him.
Pressuring him into defense. Looking for a way to drop down to his legs again. Look at the legs on Aras.
Like tree trunks.
Yeah. It's the size of my whole body.
And having the weight of someone like Aras just pushing you against the cage like that is not pleasant. But again, look how calm and collected Pinto is.
It's very difficult to off-balance him.
Yeah.
Spin around and get back to the center.
It's like off-balancing a fire hydrant. But you're right, you just move around him.
Look at the look on the face of Mario Pinto, though.
Yeah, mellow. It's the way he operates best.
It's a good elbow by Aras.
Yes, very good.
But this is the fight Aras needs to be taking to Pinto if he's going to win this fight.
It's another good calf kick. He's eating that leg up. Look at him.
It's his leg is red raw tomato color.
Low too. Look at this. 2 strips, 2 red strips. One high on the calf, one low on the calf.
Nice side kick there.
Front leg side kick. These jabs are very, very, like, it's like an off speed. That's a good choice.
Good shot to the body before that.
So now he's got Aras backing up. This is when you want to unload a bit if you're Pinto.
That's it.
I wonder what Aras is doing now.
Yeah, trying to say come to the fence, and then he can attack off the fence. But he also might have just hidden that his calf is hurt too. That might be what he's doing here.
I don't think you can really hide that anymore.
No,
his calf is hurt.
Yeah, we know it.
It's a different color to his other leg. But that is over a 5-round fight. That's going to stop Aras's explosivity, the ability to come in for those takedowns. And you saw arguably Aras's most successful moment in that first round was rushing in with some overhand rights and then shooting for Pinto's leg. And if Pinto can take that away with those calf kicks, then he takes away Aras's biggest weapon.
Yeah, it's very strategically sound.
Gökhan Saric in the corner of Kasim Aras, one of the best heavyweights in Bellator.
Yes.
He's one of his main training partners as well, who's also a very good boxer, so he had a really good camp to prepare for Mario Pinto.
2 successful takedowns. This one off of the overhand right in deep. One was a high crotch, one was a double leg, but both of them Mario just made the gap and got up.
Very technically sound there, especially when Aras would have been licking his lips thinking, okay, now I can work, now I can use this like squat low center of gravity to gain some position.
Look at the way Aras is moving on that leg though.
Trying to work it out, but it ain't working out too easy.
Nope.
Yeah, from my spot here, from where we are, it's gross. Like it's purple and red. I don't know if it comes across on camera the same way as
it's already raised, and expect Pinto to throw another shot there very soon.
Yeah, and you can fake it too to make him react. He's got something that he needs to protect more. You draw his response.
Oh, there was a good left hook by Aras though. Pinto's got a really good chin as well.
He's eaten a few big shots without even blinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, his serene nature just really suits him. It's super authentic to him. Like, he's kind of a fiery guy at times in real life, but then by the time he's fighting, it's just peace. He's at peace in here.
Right. Give me a bleed. Don't hit.
Kasim Aras will need to start moving forward sooner. That leg is just going to get chewed.
Oh, that's a good half kick by Aras. Another one.
Very good choice.
Couple. He's trying to give back to Pinto what Pinto gave to him.
And we talked about that in some other fights tonight. You cannot just give away range and let him kick you. You got to kick with him. You've got to be dangerous there too.
This is our second round of a 5-round fight for the heavyweight title. The defender Mario Pinto in the orange shorts throwing a brutal leg kick that's answered back by Aras in the gray.
And Aras gives him one back and then goes to attack that leg.
See if you can get him up again. It's so easy for Aras to get him up because he's already that low on his leg.
Now Pinto's just going to be heavy here.
Body lock. Got his hands locked.
Lifts him. Yeah, lifts him up.
Okay, so the referee just gave Pinto the last warning for the cage, for holding on to the cage. If he does it again, the referee may take a point from him, which, if this fight goes a distance, could be the difference between winning and losing.
In my opinion, they should already deduct the point when you stop a takedown like that.
Yeah. Or they should arrange you into the takedown. Pinto made a gap and then slipped out the side.
Back to distance.
Back to distance and back to that calf.
Yep.
Back to the calf and the jab. These are his bread and butter in this fight at the minute. But Aras is biting back with those.
It's very smart. That adaptation by Aras here in round 2 is making a big difference.
Just about 2 minutes left in this second of 5 rounds for the heavyweight strap of LFL 12. A very patient match fought by these heavyweights here, dominated by calf kicks so far.
And jabs now. It is one of those signs of a brilliant fighter when you can win a fight with just a jab and a low kick, and it can be done.
It's the blitz again from Aras. But great job by Pinto to move out of the way. Great ease as well.
He looks very fluid out the way. The way he's wriggled out, slid out of any takedowns attempts from Aras, but Aras got a nice jab through there and hit Pinto right on the chin.
Pinto slides sometimes and floats sometimes, but Aras now in deep. Pinto feeds one hand to the other, and now he's free to elbow.
If there's any trouble from Pinto's team, though, they will be questioning how easily Aras is managing to get hold of him in his hips. So far, the takedowns haven't been working for him, but they are there.
Not the cage.
You hear heavy breathing. I think that's Aras's heavy breathing. It appears you don't see the chest rising as much with Pinto. So Pinto may be making Aras do more work in these exchanges, which would be a great accomplishment in here.
I always enjoy doing that. Being the taller guy, making him work when you have the fence in your back. You can put it to great use. Tired him out like that.
Yeah, it's working here. And then if you separate here, you'll see him take a big breath, and you know it's time to attack.
We've got 10 seconds left, so the fight is probably going to end in this little clinch position.
Maybe a knee, maybe a high knee. Oh, an elbow instead. 1 second remaining. That's a much tighter round, but
Make sure, ladies and gentlemen, you buy your tickets.
We have to see how he recovers, how much air Aras gets into the lungs, and how well he recovers.
Yeah, very close fight here. So far, Pinto doesn't seem to have moved up the gears so much. But there are still 3 rounds of this heavyweight title fight to go, so there's plenty of time. And while Aras has got his arms on the cage, breathing a little bit heavy,
Pinto is chill.
Pinto is chill. He doesn't even seem to have built up that much of a sweat. He's breathing easy. He's listening to his coach.
His mind seems really, really good in this game. And can you imagine if you're a pretty mentally tough fighter, and then you win 3 fights in one night, for the rest of the time, it's always only one fight. Like, just that accomplishment gives you a sense of, increases your mental strength.
Seconds out for the 3rd round.
Okay, we're going to the 3rd round of this heavyweight title bout. The challenger, Mario Pinto, in the orange. So the champion, Mario Pinto, in the orange, and the challenger, Aras, in the gray.
Fight!
It's going to be a really heavy blitz, I think, heavy action from Aras in the first 90 seconds of this round. It's his best chance, this first half of round.
I think that's exactly what his corner told him.
One would assume the longer fight does benefit Pinto, and what a beautiful calf kick, buckled the leg of Aras.
Shows a lot of movement, does Pinto. Subtle hand movement. See, up, down. And if his man starts disregarding it, then you throw straight punches. 1 minute down, round 3.
Pinto seems to have found the read on Aras's calf kicks. He's now moved out the way of a couple of them.
Yeah, Pinto's landed some light touches in this round, and he's avoided almost everything coming back at him. He seems to be getting better as this fight goes.
That has been the case every single time we've seen Mario Pinto fight, though.
It's true, and that time he just sort of circled out of that takedown. It's a really gorgeous movement of his feet, just floated out of the way.
And you question whether Aras has the energy, whether his ability to, Pinto's ability to float and move out of it is coming because Aras has just lost some of that zip. And now Pinto's starting to up the pace, put a bit of venom into his strikes, put some more combinations together.
Yeah, the jabs touching so consistently, it's opening up other things for Mario.
You can really see Pinto's loosening up now.
Yeah. And Aras is tightening up a bit.
Yep.
And that contrast is why you're starting to see him pull away through these 2 minutes. It can shift again, it can swing the other way again. But I love it when he's just gentle with it. And there he rotates again, but Aras does catch the thigh.
And so far, Aras hasn't managed to complete and secure a takedown. We'll see if this is his moment. Just under half the round to go. This would be huge for Aras to complete this.
Aras is trying to get around the legs of Pinto, but Pinto is doing a good job putting his legs up against the fence, so cannot lock his hands there, cannot lift him up like that.
Pinto feels a lot more stable when he's got this man's head up really high, you know? And his chest up really high. Now, Aras is dropping lower again.
He's so strong when he's on your legs.
It is fascinating, though, that the anecdotal evidence of their bodies and their breathing says that Aras is actually using more energy in these exchanges. Like Stefan said, when the taller fighters on the fence, they can use the leverage to actually make the guy work harder.
Put your weight on him as well.
It's going to be a big 90 seconds maybe for Pinto. He's got a lot of gas in this last 90 seconds of round one, and Aras might be slowing down a touch this round.
Well, that jab, every time Pinto is throwing it, is just rocking Aras's head back. It's not much.
Oh, that's dirty. And I mean that in the nicest way possible.
And you can see that Aras is really not comfortable putting weight on that front leg. He's just letting it lift up. And that's just slowing down his ability to move quickly.
Jabs and low kicks, baby. That's been the heavy part of it's done the heavy lifting on the menu so far for Pinto. Yeah, you want to kick out that leg again one more time if you can.
It's mesmerizing sometimes to watch Pinto, just these slow hand movements, just touching.
It's weird though, he's not throwing power in his shots. Oh. It's weird to watch.
Yeah,
it's almost like point fighting in its own way.
But it's working too. Well, it would be great to land 5 heavy jabs, but 50 light jabs or flicking jabs, elastic jabs also work really well. And it appears like he's not exerting himself, but he's hitting harder than it looks.
It's a good overhand from Aras again.
Pinto hesitated just for a second, didn't like what he saw, and then went into the chest to chest.
It'll be interesting whether this is a strategy of Pinto to throw softer shots, to piece him up, to whether it's luring Aras into a false sense of security, whether there's some wider tactical reason not to put as much force behind them in these first 3 rounds, and whether he's going to start putting a little bit more weight behind his shots in these championship too.
Well, again, it's one of these things that's a feature, not a bug. It is not a flaw that he's throwing it relaxed. It's to his benefit. He lands so many. He picks you apart. He discourages you. And then he's also been lying to his man. He's been pattern setting him with an expectation of how fast he is, and later he can go faster and hit harder. So it's misdirection, and it's really, really smart.
And it will be intriguing to see the judges, because I think you could make a statement, make a reasonable guess here that it could be 2-1. That second round, I feel, could have gone either way. First and third, probably have to give it to Pinto.
I wouldn't be surprised if Pinto had all 3 rounds at all. But yeah, you gotta operate under the assumption that the judges may see it different than you when you're in there.
So here we are, the championship rounds of our heavyweight title fight at LFL number 11. The champion Pinto looks like he's moving ahead in this fight against Aras, but when you're heavyweights, there's power to end the fight at any time. And now it looks like a little bit more venom in Pinto's strikes.
Yeah, 100%. That's what I want to see.
Yeah, and that's working because he was, you know, off-speeding it through 3 rounds. Lots of touching, lots of measuring, lots of gathering of information, and lots of lies. Now he can hit harder. Oh, he's going to line up a right hand, uppercut or straight right.
He's got to be with this reach advantage and that jab finding a home.
Good defense there by Pinto. Get his leg out, but now Aras has got a body lock, but he hasn't been able to really do anything with it the entire fight when he had body locks.
Pinto's had success just lifting up his center of gravity and just getting him up high and circling out.
But a lot harder to do that in round number 4 than it is in round number 1.
It's harder for everybody in round number 4 than round number 1. The ref included, the audience included. It's demanding, really corners. It's mentally demanding the deeper you go into a fight.
Pinto's trying to open up the arms of Aras. Create space again.
Yeah, you see his left hand in the right bicep. Now digging underneath the armpit to lift the man up. Yeah, he tugs up on him. One with an overhook and one with an underhook. And if it doesn't work and he resists, you drive his head straight down into the mat, you go the other direction.
It'd be interesting to see how the judges would score something like this. Because Aras has got control of Pinto. He's stopping Pinto from doing what he wants, but the problem is damage.
But yeah, and Pinto stopping him doing what he wants too because he wants to get a takedown. If all you do is close the distance and close your hands, it's not aggressive enough. It's not, doesn't have enough intent.
Nice.
Okay,
great job by Pinto to spin around.
Be intriguing whether he uses this as an opportunity to try and do a takedown.
So he's going to get the separation here. Nope. I was going to say when he gets that wrist, but he didn't get the wrist. Instead, Aras joined the hands.
So big opportunity for either men when they disengage here to throw a strike.
Shucks him off.
And again.
So Pinto looking for that oblique kick and that calf kick. He seems to be throwing a few less calf kicks now, which makes you wonder whether he might have hurt his shin in a check because he's really focusing on those obliques on Aras. And then he throws a calf kick, so it can't be too bad.
Left knuckles, right foot. Those have been the weapons for Mario Pinto.
It's a good right hand there from
some
Aras.
combinations coming in from Pinto there.
I really believe that if he puts more pressure on Aras and opens up, throws more combinations.
Oh, beautiful pivot.
Everything he does is good, but
yeah.
I do believe he can finish Aras.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's when the time is right. And you know what? The time is right now to open up a little bit. If he's got him fatigued, if he can't get generate as much force because his leg is sore from the mat, now's a good time to open up.
When we were watching Pinto fight the last time, now and then I had the idea that he didn't really want to hurt his opponent. And I'm watching this fight and I have the same idea. Now and then he has the opportunity to land something big, I think, and he doesn't do it. I don't understand why.
Yeah. Earlier in the fight, I would have said he's conserving his energy. He's trying to make it through the 5 rounds. But at this stage, you know, at the beginning of this round, we saw a little bit more venom in the strikes, and we thought he was going to ramp up. But this is the thing we were speaking about beforehand, this lackadaisical, laissez-faire nature, and maybe he's still got a bit of a killer instinct, a bit of knowing when to put the accelerator down to learn.
It is interesting because his relaxed nature is a key to him winning also, right? So he's very in line with what he is. But yeah, don't be surprised if in round 5 he tries to find a minute to really pour it on.
Okay. Ooh. few nice shots there at the end, but that is the fourth round of our heavyweight title bout. Pinto looking generally in control in that fight, but not really landing that many strikes that are truly troubling Aras. Yes, his leg is eaten up a bit, but there's no way anything he's thrown would really be finishing.
You assume, and judging by what you're seeing in the corner, that Aras is going to be even more aggressive here in round 5, and that can favor Pinto as well. I mean, you have to do it. You don't have a choice. You're down. Presumably, you need a finish if you're Kasim Aras. So he's going to be more aggressive, but that will give Pinto chances too. They're just all those little sophisticated touches. They're so nice to see. I remember when Nick and Nate Diaz started fighting that way, where they would go soft, soft, touch, touch, touch. Just lots and lots and lots. Yep. And you see it really wears guys down as it goes. It hits you, but it also steals, it makes your brain burn sugars. There's so much happening you're trying to navigate.
But they really recognized the moment when they had to.
You're right.
Put more venom in.
Turn that volume up, and we'll see in this 5th and final round of our heavyweight fight whether Pinto can find that aggressiveness, that strength. So far it's looking good.
I didn't talk to Pinto about this before, but I wouldn't be surprised if he was being truthful yesterday or the day before. He'd have said, I'm going to look to finish in round 4 or 5. I'm going to do everything I can to be smart.
Big knee.
Yeah. And then when the time is right, try to finish. And that's what it looks like is happening. Of course, that's risky for him too.
Yeah. And Aras needs to finish him. We already saw he threw 2 takedowns very quickly in the round, but some big shots from Pinto there.
I love his style. I just love it.
He's now got Aras's back against the cage. There's nowhere for him to go. This is a chance for him to unload, put a little bit of weight behind some of those jabs and rights.
Every single time he throws something powerful, it connects. But then he lets him off the hook again.
He's in deep this time.
He's really good with going from the single into the double, but good elbows here now.
Yeah, ouch.
Big shot.
Yeah, that'll get you back up.
But Aras has Pinto right by Aras's corner, which might help in him completing the takedown.
Let's see if he's still got the power to lift him up. Good defense here by Pinto.
Lifting the chin.
Yep.
And then drops down with deep commitment is Kasim Aras.
An interesting thing, of course, one would assume that Pinto wouldn't be able to understand what Aras's corner is telling him.
No, I don't think he speaks Turkish, but hey.
Well, that's, I don't want to assume. Who knows?
Who knows, exactly.
Yeah.
Kafanı kaldır geri. Kafanı kaldır geri. Abi çek geldi. Kafanı kaldır. Abi kafanı kaldır. Aynen. Haytas strike Kasim. Haytas strike. Haytas strike Kasim. Haytas strike.
Deeper on that leg and do something with it. Daniel Sharifi is taking a good look. I think he wants to see more action here.
Yeah. And just that little step around might be enough to keep him. Nope.
Good short elbows there by Pinto.
We're just over halfway through the 5th and final round in this heavyweight bout. Aras really pressuring up Pinto against the cage, and Pinto struggling to escape it at this point.
Just taking the little elbows where he can get them, and then fighting this. He's heavy now. I appreciate the commitment from Kasim Aras, because if you could get Pinto down with 2 minutes left, that'd be the best, position of the whole fight. But if you don't get him down, you might be handing this fight over in the last couple of minutes.
And that's it. And that just depends on what the judges are seeing in this round.
It's very difficult for Pinto to create any distance. The way Aras is pressuring him against the fence.
But if one man's committed just to grappling and the other one hits hammer fists, elbows, as small as they are, he'll be the one winning on a good judge's scorecard. The guy trying to get the takedown but not getting it versus the guy who's taking what's there and doing damage. Controls the wrist and goes to work.
He's getting some elbows in. He's putting a little bit of venom in those.
Oh.
That forced something from Aras.
He's still got the arm locked. Being able to throw hammer fists and elbows. 45 left on the clock.
Here we go in our 5th and final round. Can Aras get the takedown he's hunting for?
30 seconds remaining. Watch for Aras to throw the overhand right.
And this is it, 30 seconds left. Can Pinto empty the tank? Put something on, try and put this out of the judges' hands.
There's a right hand and another uppercut.
That's a big combination. Oh, he's got him rocked.
Has he got it?
Why did he wait till the end of the fight to do this?
10 seconds left. Oh,
And he
Pinto's
goes
looking
to
for a
take him down.
takedown.
And he gets it. And finishes the fight on top. Very
The end of the fight.
One would assume Pinto has that on the judges' cards, but
Yeah.
when you saw how he acted at the end, when the shots are coming through and he had the violence, where was that earlier in the fight?
I think everybody has that same question in their head. We wanted to see more of that. He got him hurt. He almost knocked him down there. I really believe that if he would have pushed the pace sooner, he would have been able to finish him. But
if he had finished him in that final 30 seconds, we'd be talking about what a genius he is. So he was trying to set it up to like have a long, masterful performance where he does a little bit of everything. He gets better as the fight goes on. He gathers information and then finishes him late. Almost did it. But he answered a lot of questions about other areas of his game too.
you know what's cool though? At some point in his career, he's gonna have to step on the gas sooner.
Yeah, you're right.
Else-
It'll be asked of him, yeah.
Yep, 100%. Because now he can get away with it because he's so much better than his opponents.
And you can see here, just when he's unleashing and changing angles and stepping, he looks unmanageable.
Yeah. Yeah. No, he is something special to watch. It's really, really awesome to see him when he's flowing and just sort of, yeah, and I mean...
You can see, look what happened to Aras's face in those last 20, 30 seconds.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm a big fan.
Big fan. At 25 years old, as we were saying earlier, he is still a real young'un in the heavyweight industry, so there's a lot of time to get that. But let's not take anything away from Aras. He stuck with that the whole way through the fight. He did a good job.
Very tough.
Tough
Fighters to the
competitor.
center of the ring, please. Well, of course, ladies and gentlemen, over here in Amsterdam, a big applause for Kasim Aras, Mario Pinto. And the winner of this fight, ladies and gentlemen, and still the heavyweight champion of the Levels Fight League, is the man in the red corner, Mario Pinto.
No surprise there.
The defending, reigning LFL heavyweight champion, Mario Pinto. I saw a little smile when he put this around your waist, just a little one.
Yeah, come put a flag behind my back. Let's go. Can I hold the mic? Oh, you go. All right.
Yeah.
First of all, and still, I did it again. I told LFL, I told Donovan, I want experience. Everyone's trying to rush me. They want to rush this nut. I'm taking my time. Let me take it easy, yeah? They sent me a 6'8" dragon black belt, and I made him sing tap. They sent me a wrestler, I made him kiss the mat, and I pieced him up. This is what I do. I got a great team around me, one of the best teams ever, and we're just growing. Nice and slowly, nice and slowly. Obviously, I couldn't do it without, my God, I can't do nothing without him. I'm so blessed. I've got a great team. Me and the big body Shaw, we did it again. We came, we saw, and we conquered. Thank you to everyone who came and supported me. I got to give a big shout out to Portugal. Vencemos outra vez, ganhamos, and still campeão. Eu estou a lutar por todo Portugal. Guiné-Bissau, Cabo Verde, Angola, Mozambique e também Brasil. Então, obrigado. Thank you to all for coming. I'm so grateful. LFL, we're leveling up and we're getting shit done. Shout out to my team, Fight Zone. Shout out to Fight City Gym. Shout out to my coaches here today. And I'm going to keep growing and growing. I'm taking my time. And don't worry, there's still much more to fear.
Yes, congratulations and much love. Your LFL.
And only on Viaplay.
Well done, sir. Your LFL heavyweight champion, undefeated, undisputed, Mario Pinto.
5 fives, baby. 5 fives. Embrace the grind. Huh? I took it to the dark place, and I'm still hungry.